What if you did nothing? Not today. Not just this morning. Not just this week. What if you kept doing nothing for the next year? What if the life you keep imagining never becomes real because you never moved? What if the version of you that could have been strong, successful, respected, free, never exists? Because you waited, because you delayed, because you said, tomorrow. Right now, somewhere in the world, someone with less talent than you is winning. Someone with fewer resources than you is building. Someone more afraid than you still started. And somewhere else, someone just like you is sitting in silence, with dreams in their head, doing absolutely nothing. The difference between those two people is not intelligence, not luck, not background, not perfect timing. It is movement. One moved, one didn't. There is a dangerous kind of pain in life. Not the pain of failure, not the pain of rejection, not the pain of embarrassment. Those pains heal. The most dangerous pain is the pain of unrealized potential. The feeling that you could have been more, but chose comfort instead. The feeling of becoming a spectator in your own life. The feeling of watching time pass while you stay the same, and that pain does not scream. It whispers, quietly. Every birthday, every new year, every time you see someone your age doing what you once dreamed of. Every time someone asks, so, what are you doing these days? And you don't know what to say, because doing nothing never looks dangerous in the moment. That's why so many people choose it. Doing nothing feels safe. There is no risk in staying in bed. No rejection in never trying. No criticism in staying invisible. No pressure in avoiding responsibility. No fear in never stepping forward. But there is a hidden price. And it is expensive. Doing nothing costs confidence. Doing nothing costs momentum. Doing nothing costs identity. Doing nothing steals self-respect one day at a time. Because every time you promise yourself action, and break that promise, you teach yourself not to trust yourself. You become the person who says things, but never does them. And slowly, you stop believing your own words. That is how people lose themselves. Not through one disaster, but through thousands of small betrayals. I'll start Monday. I'll wake up early tomorrow. I'll go to the gym next week. I'll launch it when I'm ready. I'll try when life calms down. I'll change soon. Then one day, there are people who are not tired from hard work. They are tired from carrying goals they never act on. Tired from thinking. Tired from planning. Tired from imagining. Tired from knowing what to do, but not doing it. That kind of tiredness is heavy, because your body is resting, but your mind knows the truth. You are avoiding your life, and avoidance feels good at first. Scrolling feels easier than building. Watching feels easier than creating. Talking feels easier than doing. Research feels easier than starting. Dreaming feels easier than discipline. That is why comfort is seductive. It offers pleasure now, and pain later. Discipline offers pain now, and freedom later. Most people choose what feels good today, then wonder why tomorrow hurts. Think about how many people are trapped in routines they hate. Wake up tired. Check phone. Rush through day. Complain. Escape into entertainment. Sleep with anxiety. Repeat. Years of repetition. No direction. No growth. No meaning. Just survival. And the saddest part? Many of them once had ambition. Many of them once believed they were special. Many of them once had fire. But fire dies when it is never fed. Dreams do not always explode. Sometimes they decay quietly. A little less hope each year. A little less courage each disappointment. A little more fear each delay. A little more acceptance of average. Until one day the person says, "This is just who I am." No, that is not who they are. That is who they became through neglect. You are not lazy by nature. You may be disconnected, distracted, unfocused, overstimulated, afraid, discouraged, addicted to comfort. But do not label yourself permanently because of a temporary season. Too many people call themselves lazy, when really they are wounded. Too many people call themselves unmotivated, when really they are exhausted. Too many people say they have no discipline, when really they have built habits that work against them. But no matter the reason, the result is the same. Nothing changes, and life keeps moving. Time does not pause because you are confused. The world does not slow down because you are uncertain. Opportunity does not wait because you are scared. The clock keeps moving. Every day, every hour, every minute, whether you use it or not. There is someone 10 years older than you who would do anything to have your current time. Anything. To have one more chance. To have your energy. To have your youth. To have your clean slate. To have one more year to begin. And here you are, thinking you have plenty of time. That illusion has buried millions of dreams. You think you have time until health changes, until responsibilities grow, until energy drops, until fear becomes identity, until regret becomes permanent. Time is valuable not because it lasts forever, but because it doesn't. Listen carefully. The danger is not that you fail. The danger is that you become comfortable being capable, but inactive. Smart, but stagnant. Talented, but unseen. Ambitious, but unmoved. Because unused strength becomes frustration. Unused intelligence becomes overthinking. Unused potential becomes pain. You were not built only to consume life. You were built to shape it, to create, to build, to improve, to lead, to become. But if you spend all your years reacting, watching, escaping, avoiding, then one day life will feel empty. Not because life had nothing to offer, but because you offered nothing back. And this is where many people are right now. They know they should move. They know they need change. They know they are capable of more. But they wait for motivation. Let me tell you something honest. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation is a visitor. It comes and goes. If your future depends on feeling inspired, your future is fragile. Winners do not rely on mood. They rely on standards. They act tired. They act uninspired. They act uncertain. They act anyway. Because action creates motivation more often than motivation creates action. You do not wait to feel ready. You move, and readiness follows. You do not wait for confidence. You act, and confidence grows. You do not wait for clarity. You begin, and clarity appears. Movement reveals what thinking never will. Right now, your life may not need a massive transformation. It may need one honest step. One early morning. One workout. One deleted distraction. One application sent. One page written. One video uploaded. One promise kept. 1 hour used properly. One beginning. That is how momentum starts. Quietly. Small. Almost invisible. But real. Most people underestimate tiny actions because they worship dramatic results. They want overnight change. Perfect plans. Massive breakthroughs. Instant success. But reality is built differently. A building rises brick by brick. A body changes rep by rep. A business grows customer by customer. Confidence grows promise by promise. Identity changes action by action. So ask yourself honestly, if nothing changed for the next 5 years, would you be proud of the direction you are headed? If the habits you have now multiplied, would they build freedom or regret? If the excuses you repeat today stayed with you, where would they lead? Because whether you choose action or inaction, both have consequences. Some people suffer the pain of discipline. Others suffer the pain of regret. One weighs ounces, the other weighs tons. Choose carefully. Imagine meeting the future version of yourself. 5 years older. Eyes tired. Voice quieter. Potential still inside, but buried. And they ask you one question. Why didn't you start when it was easier? What would you say? That you were distracted? That you were scared? That you needed more time? That you were waiting for the right moment? There is no answer that feels good. Because deep down, you already know many of the things you need to do. You do not need another quote. You do not need another perfect planner. You do not need 10 more videos. You need movement. Real movement. Imperfect movement. Today movement. So before this video continues, pause for a second. Be honest with yourself. What area of your life are you doing nothing in? Your body? Your money? Your purpose? Your discipline? Your relationships? Your mind? Or have you accepted less than you know you're capable of? That answer matters. because that is where your next life begins. Doing nothing feels harmless until years pass. Then it becomes heartbreak. But the beautiful truth is this: as long as you are breathing, the story is not finished. As long as today exists, the door is still open. As long as you choose now, nothing is lost forever. This is only the beginning, because next, we talk about how dreams slowly die and how to bring yours back to life. You realize soon became years. Most people think failure happens suddenly. They imagine a moment, a mistake, a rejection, a disaster. But that is not how most lives break. Most lives don't collapse loudly. They fade, quietly, slowly, without anyone noticing, even the person living it. Dreams do not usually die in pain. They die in silence. Not because someone destroyed them, but because no one fed them. At first, the dream is alive. You think about it often. You feel excited. You imagine the future. You feel like you are about to start. You tell yourself, I just need time. I just need a plan. I just need the right moment. And at that stage, everything feels possible. But then something subtle happens. You delay one day, then two, then a week, then a month. Nothing dramatic changes, but internally, something begins to shift. Your identity starts to weaken. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is becoming, and start seeing yourself as someone who is thinking about it. That shift is dangerous, because thinking feels productive, but it creates no results. Slowly, your dream becomes less urgent, not because it was false, but because you stopped interacting with it. What you do not use, you begin to forget, even mentally, even emotionally, even spiritually, and then life fills the space. Distractions, responsibilities, social media, entertainment, noise, comfort, survival routines. And your dream gets pushed further and further into the background. Not destroyed, just ignored. And here is the part nobody warns you about. You can live for years without noticing that your dream is already dying, because life still continues. You still wake up, you still eat, you still talk, you still scroll, you still laugh sometimes. So it does not feel like loss. But internally, you are drifting. There is a painful moment many people experience later in life. They look back and say, I used to want more than this. I used to have big plans. I used to believe in something. I don't even know when I stopped. That I don't know when is the tragedy. Because it didn't happen in one moment. It happened in thousands of small pauses. Now think about something else. While you are delaying, life is not paused. Other people are not waiting. Other people are moving. Other people are building. Other people are risking. Other people are failing forward. Other people are becoming visible. And you start noticing it. At first you are happy for them. Then you are curious. Then you are impressed. Then you are confused. Then something uncomfortable appears. Comparison. You scroll and see someone your age achieving something you once imagined. A business launched. A body transformed. A skill mastered. A life changed. And instead of feeling inspired, you feel a quiet pressure. A question forms. Why not me? But deep down you already know part of the answer. It is not that they are special. It is not that they are chosen. It is not that they are lucky in the way you think. It is that at some point, they moved, while you observed. And here is something most people don't like to admit. Watching others build your dream can become addictive, because it is easier than building it yourself. You get emotional satisfaction without responsibility. You feel connected to success without risk. You experience achievement without effort. But it is temporary, and it replaces reality slowly. There is a dangerous illusion in modern life. You can feel like you are progressing, while doing nothing, because you are consuming progress instead of creating it, watching instead of acting, learning instead of applying, planning instead of executing. And over time, your mind becomes full, but your life remains empty. You start to feel something you cannot easily explain. It is not exactly sadness, not exactly anger, not exactly fear. It is a mixture, a quiet discomfort, a sense that something is not aligned, that your days are passing, but not building anything meaningful. And the worst part? You begin to normalize it. You adapt to your own stagnation. You tell yourself, this is just life. I'm just busy. Everyone is like this. But deep down, you know that is not fully true. Because every now and then, a moment breaks through. Late at night, early morning, when everything is quiet, and you think, I should be further than this. That thought does not come randomly. It comes from truth inside you. But instead of acting on it, many people suppress it. They distract themselves again. They return to comfort, because facing it would require change. And change feels uncomfortable. So they choose temporary relief over permanent growth. But here is what happens over time. The gap between who you are and who you could be starts to grow. And the longer you wait, the heavier it becomes. Because now it is not just about starting. It is about catching up. And that feels harder. So you delay again. And the cycle continues. This is how people become stuck. Not because they cannot move, but because they keep negotiating with time. I'll start when things are easier. I'll start when I'm ready. I'll start when I feel confident. I'll start after this phase. But life does not wait for perfect conditions. It only responds to action. And while you are waiting, your potential does not disappear, but it becomes buried under habits that reinforce inaction. Every day you do nothing, you strengthen the identity of someone who does nothing. And identity is powerful, because you eventually act in alignment with who you believe you are. If you believe you are someone who tries later, you will delay. If you believe you are someone who fails to start, you will hesitate. If you believe you are someone who is not ready yet, you will stay still. But identity is not permanent. It is built and rebuilt through action, not thoughts. Right now, you might think your biggest problem is lack of opportunity, or lack of time, or lack of resources. But in many cases, the real problem is distance from action. Too much thinking, too much waiting, too much observing, too little doing. And this is where everything can still change. Because the same system that makes dreams die can also bring them back. One decision at a time. One action at a time. One uncomfortable step at a time. But before we get there, you have to understand something clearly. No one else will close the gap for you. No one is coming to rescue your potential. No perfect moment is arriving. No external signal will say, now is the time. The responsibility has always been yours. And that truth is not meant to discourage you. It is meant to wake you up. Because once you accept responsibility, you regain power. In the next part, we will talk about the moment everything shifts. The turning point. The point where someone stops observing life and starts participating in it, and how that single shift can change everything. There is always a moment where everything feels different, not because the world changes, but because you finally see it clearly. You see your habits, you see your delays, you see your patterns, and for the first time, you stop excusing them. This is the turning point, not motivation, not inspiration, not pressure. Clarity. Clarity hurts at first, because it removes denial. It removes comfort. It removes excuses. But clarity is also powerful, because it shows you exactly where you are, and where you could go. And in that moment, something becomes obvious. You do not need a perfect life to start. You need a decision. Most people are not stuck because they don't know what to do. They are stuck because they refuse to start small. They think change must be dramatic. But real change is quiet, almost invisible at first. It looks like waking up earlier, even when you don't feel like it. It looks like opening your laptop, even when you feel uncertain. It looks like going to the gym, even when your body resists. It looks like doing the work, without waiting for mood. And here is something important. You will not always feel ready. You will not always feel confident. You will not always feel strong. But you can always act anyway. Because action is not a reward for feeling good. Action is what creates feeling good later. Now imagine something. Imagine two versions of you. One continues doing nothing, waiting, thinking, delaying, watching life pass. That version slowly becomes heavier. Not physically, but mentally. Every year adds regret. Every year adds I should have. Every year adds silence to dreams. Now imagine the other version. The one that starts messy. The one that is not perfect. The one that is awkward at first. The one that fails in the beginning. The one that learns through action. That version grows. Slowly. Then steadily. Then powerfully. Not because life becomes easy, but because you become active. And here is the truth. Both versions will face difficulty, but only one will feel proud of the struggle. You do not need to rebuild your entire life today. You only need to interrupt the cycle. The cycle of doing nothing. The cycle of delay. The cycle of waiting. Start with something small enough that your resistance cannot argue. 10 minutes of work. 1 push-up. 1 page. 1 application. 1 step. 1 action that proves, I am not stuck anymore. Because the moment you act, you break identity. And when identity breaks, new identity can be built. And slowly, something shifts. You stop being someone who only thinks. You become someone who acts. You stop needing perfect conditions. You start working in imperfect ones. You stop waiting for confidence. You start building it. And then one day, you look back, and you realize something powerful. The life you once thought was impossible started with something extremely small. A decision, a moment, a single action. And now listen carefully. If you are watching this and still waiting for a sign, this is it. Not because this video is special, but because your awareness is already here. You already know what you need to do. You already feel the gap. You already feel the tension between where you are and where you could be. So the question is no longer, what if I fail? The real question is, what if I never try? Because failure is not final, but inaction becomes identity. One day you will reach a point where time will no longer feel like something you have plenty of. It will feel like something you are managing carefully. And at that point, you will wish you started earlier. That is why now matters more than later. Not because today is perfect, but because today exists, and existence is enough to begin. You do not need to become someone else first. You do not need to fix everything first. You do not need to understand everything first. You only need to begin. Even if it is small. Even if it is slow. Even if it is uncertain. Even if it is uncomfortable. Begin. Because nothing changes until something moves. And the first movement is always the hardest, but also the most important. So if you take anything from this video, take this. Doing nothing is not neutral. It is a decision. A decision that shapes your future silently. And doing something, even something small, is also a decision. One that slowly builds a different life. You are not late. You are not broken. You are not finished. But you are responsible for what happens next. So the question is simple. What will you do now, with the time you still have? Because the version of you are waiting for is built by what you do today. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Today. So start. Start imperfectly. Start quietly. Start scared. Start unsure. But start. Because one day, you will either look back and say, I'm glad I started. Or, I wish I had. And the difference between those two lives is always the same thing.